Going on, guys? This is Papa Squat. My name's Carter Rose, and I'm with.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gavin. I'm also a part of this podcast, and I want to start off this episode talking about this movie I watched the other day. It's called Frozen Ground. It's a very interesting movie about this serial killer in Alaska. Yeah, have you ever heard of that movie?
Yeah, I actually have. I've watched that before. Wasn't his nickname like the Butcher Baker? And I think his actual name was Robert Hansen.
Yeah. His name was Robert Hansen. Yeah, that's such a creepy nickname, the Butcher Baker. I forgot they mentioned that in that movie. He
Yeah,
was
that's
wild. He was
crazy.
wild though. He was originally a baker in Alaska, and he secretly turned out to be one of the state's worst serial killers, just under the noses of the police and everybody. No one knew.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't even know how somebody can even do that. So, I mean, after hearing all that, let's get to it with his background. So, Robert was born in 1939 in Iowa. And do you want to know the crazy part of how he got his nickname? It came from his dad, who actually owned a bakery.
Oh, his dad owned a bakery.
Yep.
He had he had a rough. I know. I did some research after watching this movie, and I found out that he did not have such a good childhood. His dad, the baker you were talking about, he was very strict. And Hanson was bullied. He was bullied a lot. And his stutter, he had a bad stutter and bad acne. People like to make fun of him all the time, which kind of, make people go get really mad at the world and stuff and angry and stuff like
Oh,
this.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, I also know he didn't have many friends growing up, and I know like he spent a lot of time hunting, and that's also a very important like factor to his killings because hunting does come with like what he did during his killings.
Yeah, exactly. I know after high school he joined the army for a little bit, and um, being in the military that can change people a lot, and being with the gun, learn how to use it, learn how to kill. Then after he left the army, he became a baker, just like his dad. He actually started and owned his own bakery after his dad in Anchorage, Alaska. And
Mm.
people thought that he was just a nice guy and nobody suspected anything.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't suspect anything. I mean, the crazy part is he also got married twice, and he even had kids. I mean, to everybody else, like everybody in the community, he looked very normal, and he was a hardworking dude. He went to church. It's just very unexpected.
Yeah, I know, but deep down, talking about his background, he had a lot of anger and weird fantasies about
Mhm.
revenge on women, especially because he felt rejected his whole life. And that's kind of what I think led to what he ended up doing.
Yeah. All right. So after that, I mean, that's pretty much his background. We know a lot about him. Let's get to talking about his crimes, things he did.
Right. Um, basically, uh, from from around 1971 to 1983, Robert Hansen, butcher baker, he would kidnap women, mostly like uh prostitutes and dancers in Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah. Um. So he also had this cabin in the Alaskan wilderness. And the crazy part is he'd like take these girls and he'd let them go free, and then he'd like go around and try to hunt them down, and like he quite literally treated them like wild animals.
Yeah, in the movie, he would kidnap the women. He would chain them up in his basement at his house in Anchorage, and then he
Mhm.
would fly them after having them in his basement for a week. He would fly them to this isolated cabin in
Yeah,
the middle of the Alaskan woods, and then yeah, it was crazy. And he did this on at least 17 girls. But some
17.
people, some people and investigators think it could have been more.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, this just makes him very different from a lot of other serial killers, just because his mixed love of hunting with crimes. It's like it's almost just like a game. Like it's very twisted.
Yeah, I think he tried to kind of treat it like a game.
Yeah, definitely.
But thankfully in 1983 he was eventually caught because one of his victims escaped. Her name was Cindy Paulson. She escaped and she went to the police. And at first, police didn't totally believe her because they knew about Hansen, and like he was just a everybody knew him. Police went to his bakery all the time, ate muffins and stuff, and but then more and more girls' bodies were getting found in the woods, and then so
Yeah.
they finally looked into Hansen's background, and they started to see that things started to add up.
Yeah. It's crazy. But they searched his house after they found all this stuff. They found tons of evidence. They found guns, jewelries from victims, and even like maps marking where he buried the bodies in the woods. And that's like mainly what sealed him being the killer.
Yeah, he also he got diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, which made him lack empathy or guilt for doing bad things. So that could also explain why he did this so many times.
Yeah, that definitely plays a big factor in what he did. Well, after all that, he ended up confessing to 17 murders and also more than 30 assaults. And so during trial, he pled guilty and he got sentenced to 461 years in prison plus life. So yeah, like he was not getting out anytime soon.
Yeah, he wasn't getting out for good, and it was very good that he was not getting out.
Yep.
But he ended up dying in prison at the age of 75. So there's that.
Yeah. Actually, did you know he was a record-setting hunter? Like he literally had trophies and awards for hunting animals. Like that was just so insane whenever I was researching that. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just crazy.
Yeah, so I actually saw that too. Like if you look at the pictures of his inside his house, there's
Yeah.
animal heads all over it. And then if you look
Yeah.
at the bodies and the evidence they collected on the bodies that he killed, you can
Mhm.
see that using forensic science, you can see that they were running and like running away from him as they were shot. Like all the shots were in the back. And, like
Okay. Okay.
so, I mean, he was a good shooter.
Yeah. Could tell.
Yeah, and the police used a criminal profiler to catch him. Actually, like the stuff you kind of see in the FBI, the profiler, and basically nailed his personality and lifestyle before they even arrested him.
That's so crazy. Hey, we're even like, I mean, we already talked about this, but it's crazy that they like actually made a movie talking about him. Like, I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah,
I watched it. I enjoyed it. It's a good movie.
yeah, that movie was a big reason why I wanted to talk about him on this podcast. 'Cause, really enjoyed that movie. I thought it was a very interesting movie.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that looking at that movie and just the story is so weird and creepy. And fact,
Yeah.
like I think the biggest fact is that he acted like normal, baking pies and bread by the day, and then doing this crazy stuff at night. Shows how
Yeah.
people can be sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's so scary that somebody so normal, like to the community and everybody, could just be so evil. It kind of just makes me question, like, what's going on, what's going on in my life. But yeah, hunting humans just makes his case just way different than anything we've ever seen.
Yeah, I've never really seen anything like that. Like hunting humans is kind of crazy. Usually, I thought it was just animals, not humans.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's basically the story of Robert Hansen, the butcher bakey. Creepy guy, wild story, and honestly, one of definitely the most crazy story to come out of Alaska.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you guys have learned something from this. And if you ever meet a nice baker who loves hunting, just keep your distance a little bit.
Facts. Anyway, thanks for listening to our Pop Squat podcast episode. Hope y'all enjoy your rest of your day, rest of everything.
All right. See you guys. Pop Squad out.
Yep, say a Gavin out.